Greetings to you all. Welcome to my channel Verbal Skills. I am Dr. Neha Dubey, and today we will complete line by line explanation of grade 12th English poem Aunt Jennifer's Tigers. Yes, Aunt Jennifer's Tigers. Now, first of all, we will discuss about the poetess. The poem Aunt Jennifer's Tigers is composed by Adrienne Rich, who is one of the famous writers of feminist movement during the 20th century. Yes, she is one of the famous writers. As the title suggests, what it is? Aunt Jennifer's Tigers. So this poem is about an old married woman whose name is what? Aunt Jennifer. Yes, this lady is trapped in a male-dominating marriage web. And also, this poem talks about her to escape from her unhappy marriage life. So, basically, if we are talking about the theme of the poem is, so this is nothing. Here it is clearly mentioned here. The poem Aunt Jennifer's Tigers addresses what? The constraints, means the problems, the hurdles of married life a woman often experiences. So this is very important. This is the basic theme of the poem. Now, yes, next important thing which we are going to discuss, it's about rhyme scheme and the stanzas. The poem has been divided into 3 stanzas having 4 lines each, and this is known as quatrains. And you can see the rhyme scheme is last first and second line rhyming together, and third and fourth line also rhyming together. So the rhyme scheme is A, B. You can see this. I hope it's quite understood. A and B. So this is the particular rhyme scheme. This is really very important, student. I hope you know. Extract based question. Often this question comes that you need to identify the rhyme scheme as well as you need to tell the basic figures of speech. So these are all important questions. Now, as you can see, this poem divided into 3 stanzas, and the first stanza, now the basic theme particularly used by the poetess in each stanza. In the first stanza, the poet explains what? The nature of tigers, as the tigers are bold, fearless and free. Now in second stanza, if we talk about, the poet explains the nature of the artist, that is Aunt Jennifer, who is totally opposite of her art, because as it is quite understood that she is the lady, suppressed one, facing the failures in her married life, totally trapped, frightened and pain-bearing. Now, in the last stanza, the third stanza, the poetess compares the life of the artist, means Aunt Jennifer, and that of her art. So, here we can see that Aunt Jennifer, a suppressed lady facing failure in her marriage life, but she is getting life through her art. Now, what sort of art? This we are going to know in our lines. Now, let's start the lines, line by line explanation. First line, Aunt Jennifer's tigers prance across a screen. Now, first of all, the word prance. What is the meaning of this term? It means to leap forward. And here, what screen refers to? It actually refers to the cloth or canvas on which Aunt Jennifer is carving the tigers. Means she's doing the embroidery. So this shows that the tigers are free, the tigers are bold as they are jumping. Prance means what? They are jumping everywhere, here and there. So this is what exactly Aunt Jennifer is doing. On a canvas, she is doing her embroidery, and in her design, she has actually drawn sort of tigers, which actually they are free, they are bold. Now, next line, very important, this one is bright topaz denizens of a world of green. Now, they are means what? The tigers are vibrant. Now, very important this one is, and beautifully here, metaphor is used by the poetess. Now, what is topaz? Topaz is nothing, yellow colored gem. Yes, yellow colored gem. So, the tigers are vibrant like topaz, which is actually a yellow colored gem or stone, as I told you. So, on the other hand, we can say that the yellow skin of those tigers is actually bright and appealing. That's why bright, this word is used. So the color of topaz is also yellow. The color of tigers also yellow. So here a nice complete comparison done by the poetess. That's why metaphor is used here. So this is what exactly very appealing. Now there are next important one, denizen. Now what is the meaning of denizen? Means inhabitants. Now next, world of green. Here also a wonderful metaphor is used by the poetess, because here world of green means what? Forest. Yes, exactly. It means what? Forest. So they are the inhabitants of this green world, means they are the inhabitant of forest, because color green is again symbolic here, which means forest or hope, or also referring the utopian place where all are happy and free. But I hope you know this sort of place is actually does not exist on this earth, but still in this forest these tigers are free, these tigers are bold, and they are moving here and there. I hope quite understood. Now next line. Third one. They do not fear the men beneath the tree. Now in the third line, the poet says that these calf tigers, they do not fear from the men. Now here men means maybe the hunters who are beneath the tree. Here men refers to the hunters, and here tree means what? Tree means again forest. And if the poet is simply talking about this, means men under tree, here this world is now dominated by the human. As I told you in the beginning, Aunt Jennifer, she is simply suppressed, facing failure. So in a male dominating society, she is not happy. So here nature is now also a bit neglected here. The tigers, they do not fear those men, or we can say those hunters at all. I hope understood. Fourth line. They pace in sleek chivalric certainty. Now the tiger's pace. Now pace means here again movement. Here the movement of the tiger is bit sleek. Now what is the meaning of sleek? Sleek means elegant. And what is the meaning of chivalric? Chivalric means brave. So the tigers are moving elegantly and in a brave manner. If you know this, I hope chivalric word was used for the knights in olden times, especially for the soldiers. So here the tigers are also nicely in this line. Tigers are personified. Yes, according to the aunt, tigers are fearless and moving ahead with great, chivalric means what? Great courage. So I hope, dear students, first stanza is clear. Now moving to the next one. Second stanza. Aunt Jennifer's fingers fluttering through her wool. Now in second stanza, the poet is describing the tigers or art and their characteristics because designed by the artist. Here in this line, the poet is also mentioning the contrast condition of Aunt Jennifer, because here the actual condition of aunt is bit miserable. According to the poet, Aunt Jennifer's fingers are fluttering. Now what is the meaning of fluttering? It means shivering, trembling through her wool. Now wool means thread, which refers to the inability of aunt to use her fingers. Why? Because she is so weak that even she is not able to do her embroidery properly. And next line, which is again important one, find even the ivory needle hard to pull. For Aunt Jennifer, it is very hard to pull the ivory needle. Now, ivory needle, I hope you know, because it's again a wonderful metaphor is used here. It is light, it is white in color, and simply here the poetess is saying, because of some reason, as we can say, due to the mental pressure, Aunt Jennifer, she has simply become so weak that she is not able to bear that light-weighted needle. Again, this line shows what? Her failure in marriage, simply in her married life. So yes, a light ivory needle, not able to pull. Now next line, again the important one. The massive weight of uncle's wedding band sits heavily upon Aunt Jennifer's hand. Now these two lines are very important, dear students, especially for extract based questions also. These two lines are very important, as they depict what? The true reality of Aunt Jennifer's life. Here the psychology of Aunt Jennifer also reflected. Here she says, means the poet says that the band, now very important one, a nice symbolism is used by the poetess here, that wedding bands, uncle's wedding band means that he is dominating the life of Aunt Jennifer's always. That's why this band is heavy. So here band is symbolizing what? It is symbolizing the restrictions. It is symbolizing the responsibilities. It is again symbolizing the basic problem which is actually extended by Aunt Jennifer's husband. She is bearing the weight of her failed marriage from which she cannot escape. That's why sits heavily upon Aunt Jennifer's hand. This is nothing the harsh reality of women's condition during 20th century. As I told you that Adrienne Rich, wonderful writer of 20th century, so depicting the real time problem of all the women. So the poetess throws light on the negative aspect of the male dominating society. That's why sits heavily upon Aunt Jennifer's hand. So directly, totally suppressed one, not at all happy in her married life, and she is not able to bear those restrictions, even because I hope you know that during marriages they often they often exchange what? Rings. So here this band is symbolizing those restrictions extended by Aunt Jennifer's husband. I hope quite understood. Now moving to the next stanza, our last third stanza. When Aunt is dead, her terrified hands will lie, still ringed with ordeals she was mastered by. Now in this stanza, first of all, we come to know that now Aunt Jennifer is actually died. So yes, her terrified hands will lie, and her terrified hands will still bear the weight of the ring. Continuously, the ring is still there. So the weight, the restriction, it is still there. Now, though she will actually die, and the ordeal. Now, what is the meaning of this term? Ordeal means bad experiences of her marriage, which had actually mastered her. Means, now what is the meaning of mastered by? Dominated her life. It will again remain with her even after her death. So the restriction, the pain throughout her life which she had already bear, now continuously even after her death also, this sort of restriction is going to be chased. Yes, again it is going to be there with her forever. Now last two lines, the total contrast here depicted by the poetess. The tigers in the panel that she made will go on prancing, proud and unafraid. But contrast, the tigers in the panel means the tigers on that canvas will keep on moving with high spirit, proudly, fearlessly and boldly, because on the panel means in the canvas that she had already done her embroidery. Just a contrast of her life here, whatever design she had actually made here, the tigers are fearless, the tigers are proud, and the tigers are moving here and there happily, joyfully. Also, these last two lines give a powerful message, that is, art has no foundations, no hurdles. A woman can feel even liberated only with her art in this male dominating world. So I hope, dear students, this explanation understood by you. Now next And the last very important thing which we are going to cover now, all the poetic devices. Yes, all the poetic devices, because this is also one of the finest and very important question raised in our question paper. So let's discuss all the poetic devices, especially the figures of speech used in this poetry. First line, Jennifer's tigers. Yes, Jennifer's tigers. Here consonants means S sound is used repeatedly, that's why consonants. Also in this entire first line, Aunt Jennifer's tigers prance across a screen. Wonderful imagery, because here a picture like, vivid picture like quality is actually reflected. That's why imagery is used here in first line. Now next, while explanation also I told you, bright topaz. So here metaphor is used. World of green, again metaphor is used, as topaz is the color of gem. Here color of tigers, also yellow, and topaz is a gem, yellow in color. So here complete comparison. And world of green is what? Forest. So in both the terms metaphor is used here. Next important, as you can see, they do not, they pace. So they repeated in the beginning. So anaphora is also used here in the beginning, anaphora. And in the third line, T, letter T is repeated here. The men, here the tree. So tree letter is repeated here. So alliteration is also used here. Now next one is sleek, chivalric. Now sleek is bit elegantly and chivalric is bravely. So both are contrasting words. So oxymoron is also used here. Next one is also chivalric and certainty. C letter repeated. So again alliteration. I hope understood. Second stanza, first line, fingers fluttering. F letter is repeated here. Again alliteration is used. Second line of second stanza, ivory nettle. As I told you, again the complete comparison. So metaphor is used here. Next lines. Third one, the massive weight of uncle's wedding band. This whole line here, exaggerated remark is used, because here the simple ring, which is actually the light one, but here it is too heavy that its burden is actually not bared by aunt. So exaggerated remark is used. So hyperbole is used in the third line of second stanza. And as I told you, this wedding band is symbolizing what? The restrictions. So symbolism is also used here. Next one, when aunt is dead, her terrified hands. Very important this one is. Her terrified. Now terrified hands what? First of all, terrified means fearful. Now who was fearful? Actually aunt was fearful. But here hands are referred as terrified one. So this adjective is shifted. So transferred epithet is used here. Terrified hands. Again I am repeating. Shifting of adjective. That's why transferred epithet. Now next line of third stanza. She still ringed with ordeal. She was master wife. So S letter is repeated here. alliteration is used. And one more thing we need to observe here, that her terrified hands will lie still ring, and the tigers in the panel that she made will go on. So here sentence is completing in the next line, so enjambment is also used. And last one is last line, prancing proud. So again here P letter is repeated, alliteration, and in this last line, entire last line will go on prancing, proud and unafraid. Tigers are personified, so that's why here personification is used. So I hope, dear students, this full explanation quite understood by you. So for other chapters, keep on connected with this channel. Thank you for today.